At 3:34 p.m. Pacific time, I was on the Las Vegas Strip getting ready to go to the Mirage Hotel and Casino. And because they had some deals going on up there, they're giving out a bunch of money and stuff. And I was going to go down there and take advantage of some things. And I got a phone call from my dear friend of mine. Anthony called me. And he told me that President Trump may have been had an attempt on his life, an assassination. And I had just I had to try to find a parking spot, did all this stuff. I couldn't work my phone because I was in the parking garage and all this other stuff. And I just turned around and left, went home. And this is one of those moments where you remember where you were. And I have not seen any commentary on this at all. I did watch the video on Twitter. I haven't watched any commentary. I don't know what happened. All I know is it looked like President Trump was at his rally in Pennsylvania and got shot in the ear. I don't know if it was an actual gun or not, a real gun. It could have been maybe like one of those little pump guns or something. I don't know, because I don't see a real gun hitting him in the ear like that and not doing any serious damage. And if it was a real gun, that was a headshot. That was an assassination attempt. And I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. This is my raw emotions on it. I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. I'm not surprised one bit. Every time I see Donald Trump in the open, I've said this before, man, and I don't like to speak this kind of stuff into existence. And sorry, guys, no Satoshi Saturday today, obviously. I don't like to speak this stuff into existence because every time I see Donald Trump at a rally in just the middle of all these people, all I'm thinking is, why is this guy not surrounded by bulletproof glass or something, man? Because the media, that's an arm of the of these evil people, has got everything twisted and people's minds twisted and stuff like that. And they're causing a lot of division in our country, and they've made Trump into a boogeyman. And I'm not saying Trump is perfect, right? But either you love him or you hate him. There's no in between. There's no I don't care about Trump. It's either one way or the other. And it's funny how they can take a man that is been famous since 50 something years, longer than I've been born. I was born in 1975. He was around before that. They take a man that everybody knows, and all of a sudden, well into his life, when he was in his 70s, 69, 70, something like that. He's 78 now, so 69, I think. For the last 9 years, they just painted this man as a complete enemy of the state and a monster and everything else. And the worst part is a lot of people fell for it. And again, I'm not sitting here saying that Donald Trump is perfect, because no one's perfect. But to see this happen today, it doesn't surprise me one bit, man. It doesn't surprise me one bit. And I'm scared, man. I'm scared for Donald Trump. You know, when everything goes good, the pendulum will swing the other way, man. You know, they can't beat Donald Trump at the polls. And I don't give a fuck what YouTube says. I'm gonna say it. That 2020 election was fucking stolen, and you know it, and everybody fucking knows it. I'm tired of sitting here and not saying certain shit because we got the censorship police and everything else. There's no fucking way Joe Biden got 81 million votes in 2020. There's no way, and everybody fucking knows that shit. I don't care who you are. Trying to tell me this man got more votes than Barack Obama campaigning from his basement. And when you did campaign, who the fuck shows up? Who do you know that likes Joe Biden? I am right now, I am so fucking pissed off, and I am so sad and angry. If you guys don't understand the history of this country, history, again, doesn't repeat itself, but it definitely fucking rhymes, man. And if you watched and you know about the American Revolution and how we got this country, I'm seeing a lot of similarities, man. I'm seeing a lot of similarities. And again, I'm not saying it's a perfect lockstep, identical comparison, what I'm about to say. But Donald Trump is our today's George Washington, man. He is. Now, again, I know he's not a military man. I know we're not in a war. He's not a general. I understand that. But the battle and the fight for our freedoms, people don't understand. In order for us to win our independence from Great Britain, man, do you understand what we had to go through, right? King George was a tyrant, man. He was a tyrant. And when you read the Declaration of Independence, man, and you read the grievances, because that's what it is. The Constitution was written later, but the Declaration of Independence was just a list of grievances, man. And look at the list of grievances we have today. Now, again, we all know for sure now, we knew that a long time ago, but we know that Joe Biden is not the president of the United States and he's not running things. We are living under a tyranny and a shadow government. Not only did they cheat to get him in the office, but now they're telling you outright that, hey, we're going to charge our political enemies and the same charges that we charged Biden with, except that his was worse, Joe Biden's, because I'm talking about the documents, the classified documents in the White House. Because two things: Joe Biden was a senator for one set of them and a vice president on the other. He doesn't have presidential immunity like Donald Trump. So I'm like, there's no way they're going to charge Donald Trump with this, but they don't care. They're letting you know that you're not in control of anything. We run the government, not you. This government is not of you, for you, and by you. It's not. So not only are we going to charge Donald Trump for that, but we're going to tell you up front, out loud, that Joe Biden is too mentally incapable and too old and senile to stand trial for court. And we're not going to charge him for it. But then we'll tell you there's not a two-tier justice system. No. And all these charges that coming out against Donald Trump. God bless America. Love this house. They always got some crazy stuff over here. 1776. Love it. I should stand out in front of his house. Love my neighbor, man. Such a freaking patriot. He's out here. I'd probably get him on camera. These people, I forgot what I was fucking saying, man. Joe Biden's not running the country. We know that. They're charging Donald Trump with all these charges. They locked him up. Not locked him up, but they arrested him. They fined him. Defamed him. Take his money from him. And now they fucking shot him. And he stood up in defiance. And I say to myself, man, Trump is a better man than me, man. He's a multi-billionaire. He's an old man. Donald Trump is he's not Joe Biden, but he's an old man. He's 78 years old. He's just be spending the time with his grandkids, man. Chilling out. He could do whatever he could do whatever he wants. But he says, nah, man, I can't go out like this. I can't. And you got to be narcissistic to do that. I get that. And again, I know Donald Trump is not perfect, and neither was George Washington. But I think this is a Teddy Roosevelt moment, man. Except Donald Trump didn't finish his speech. Teddy Roosevelt got shot and got up and finished his speech. Believe me, if they would have let Donald Trump finish the way he put his hand up and the way he was talking, what a fucking brave man, man. I don't give a fuck if you don't like him or not. That is a brave dude. And guess what? You think this is going to stop him? No, it's not. My God, man. This timeline we're living in, oh my God, when that happened, I'm thinking it had to be some kind of one of those little pump guns or something, or unless they just missed. But that's a headshot, man. If it was a real gun, they tried to kill him. So now they gotta do whatever they can to make sure this man don't get a headshot, man, because a bulletproof vest ain't gonna do nothing for him. And these people are evils, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you don't like Donald Trump. Forget about that. All right? Forget about freaking Donald Trump for a minute. This is our country, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, this might be some crazy psycho individual. Sure, no problem. But again, We seen this in November 1963. One of the greatest men that ever been the president, John F. Kennedy, young man, got killed because he was trying to do the right thing for this country. And it's not about Democrats and Republicans. Again, JFK was a Democrat. And now look what they're doing. Not only to his younger brother, Robert Kennedy, but look what they're doing to his son. Now, the Democratic Party. My gosh, man. And look what they do against the king, Joe Biden, because he's like the king, King George III. Or was it the 8th? I don't know why I'm getting confused, 3rd or the 8th. My mind's all messed up, sorry guys. King George in the 1770s. Joe Biden's the king right now, even though he's not running shit. They got him up there as the king, and nobody can define him. Nobody can define him. Nobody. The primaries, nobody can run against him. No Democrat can run against him. Does it sound democratic to you? And the only reason he's not the king anymore, when it comes to the bureaucrats and the military-industrial complex and the Pfizers and all these other people of the world, is because they know he can't win. So now the people that crown him king are trying to take him out undemocratically. Because again, when he got voted in, Joe Biden, in the primaries, there wasn't no primary, there wasn't no debates, there wasn't no real candidates. Do you remember any candidates? No, they wouldn't even let these people talk. Donald Trump got shot today, man. I think. I don't know. Again, if something changes, again, I don't know if that was a real gun, but something hit him in the ear, and it sounded like a gun. Again, I don't have the information, man. I'm giving you my raw reaction, man. This is why I concentrate so much on my country in the government and what's going on in politics, man. You know, I love Bitcoin. I love Satoshis. I do a Satoshi Saturday every Saturday because I believe in Bitcoin. And Donald Trump believes in Bitcoin. It ain't about Democrats and Republicans, but Donald Trump, because the Democrat Party is so in depth in this evil cabal that they can't come back from it unless they just do a whole reboot. The only thing they can do is salvage some Republicans, because again, there's some Republicans that are swamp creatures too. But there are some America First Republicans out here. Not too many. Some of them are wolf in sheep's clothing. I like Marjorie Taylor Greene, but her association with Kevin McCarthy and then her, voting for that debt ceiling bill and stuff like that, I can't get with that, man. But yeah, Donald Trump, man. My God, this just fucked my whole day up, fucked my whole night up. Oh man, I worry for this guy, man. My gosh, man. I wonder if this is like when JFK got shot. And I guarantee you this, the lefties and the crazies, the people with TDS, Trump derangement syndrome, the 3 out of 10 people, they're happy right now. Some of them ain't going to say it out loud. Some of them will. I can't wait to see what The View says on Monday. And the rest of the people with TDS say. My gosh, man. God help us. God help us, man. God help us. I don't want to speak this into existence, man, but I'm just telling you this right now, guys. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready, okay? If you know how this country was built, this reminds me so much of the American Revolution, man, except we're doing it inside the borders of our own country. Our enemy is within our own country. And when you look back at Great Britain, the conglomerate Great Britain was, they brought the full force over. Now, it was hard for them to do it because they had to travel such a long ways and stuff like that. And we got help from other people. But we had to go against our own people, the patriots. We had to go against the quote-unquote loyalists of Great Britain, a.k.a. the Democrats. Again, I know I keep saying Democrats, but that's most of who they are, man. Some of them are Republicans, and trust me, Republicans, a lot of them don't want to close the border either. But these illegal immigrants are here for a reason. There's a reason why Joe Biden doesn't want to sign that amendment saying that illegal immigrants, and neither do any of the Democrats, that illegal immigrants and only American citizens can vote legally. Why do we even have to put stuff up there like that? You know what I mean? We had to go against the loyalists. And I say this again, if you love this country, there's only but two parties, guys. Either you're a traitor or you're a patriot. It's as simple as that. Now you tell me which side was which when it came to 1776 and the American Revolutionary War. Was it the loyalists that were traitors or patriots, or vice versa? Or the people that fought for their country and died for their country and their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? Those people, you consider them traitors? Because it depends on your perspective. Because they were insurrectionists, those people in Boston, Massachusetts. That's where it started, with the Boston Tea Party. Well, Boston Massacre first, and then the Boston Tea Party, where they got mad about a 3% tax on the tea. They said, no more, no mas, no more, man. And the Sons of Liberty, and everything I'm saying, Google it if you don't believe me. Don't trust me, verify it. The Sons of Liberty said, no, we're not doing this shit no more. And John Adams, a soft-spoken man, a lawyer, very well-read, smart man, during the Boston Massacre, even though those guys were the bad guys, the redcoats, the British, when it happened, because they painted the picture, the quote-unquote, not the good guys at the time. They became the bad guys. They became the good guys at the time, the Sons of Liberty. But a lot of those people that were blaming the redcoats, the infantry guys of the British Army were there. When the Boston Massacre happened, they shot those people. Come to find out that they were attacked. The British soldiers, the redcoats, they were attacked, and according to witness statements and stuff, that they were defending themselves. And John Adams, despite everyone telling him not to do it, because they were the good guys at the time, the British guys at the time. They were just doing their job, standing their post, and they got icicles thrown at them. They got beat with clubs. They had oysters thrown at them, all kind of shit. John Adams said, you know what? We are not a country. We are not a land unless we are free land or just land, a land with law, unless everybody has a right for legal representation. And he did that, even though there was no representation through the tax. Taxation without representation. That was going on then. And that's why they attacked those British soldiers. And John Adams, the future vice president at the time, this was 1770, and the future president later on in the 1780, 89, 90s, he gave them representation, John Adams, and they won. They didn't get hanged, and they found out that they got attacked, and that's why the shot was fired. And somebody was in the crowd was telling them fire, 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 and it wasn't the guy who was in charge of the British Army. Anyways, I'm rambling, man. Listen, the bottom line is study history. It doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. I'm saying that because you got to pick a side, man. You got to pick a side. I am not condoning violence. I'm not calling for violence and everything else, but you got to be ready if it comes to you, man. You know what I mean? You got to protect you and yours. You have to. And there's going to be a lot of shit said, man. And I told you 2024 was the year that I did not look forward to, because I know that Donald Trump is like a person messing with a beehive. That beehive goes crazy if you go near that. And this is what this crooked government is. But in order to beat it, we got to shake up the beehive, man. We got to knock that motherfucker down and build a new one. Peacefully, YouTube. Peacefully. I'm going to go in the house and see what happens. I'll update you on some other stuff. I might make a video tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. But this has got me all shaken up, man. This got me all shaken up. But God bless Donald Trump, man. God bless that man. for standing up for us. He is the leader. He is our leader. He's my leader, damn it. I'll follow that man to the death. I will, man. You know, when you seen George Washington give those troops, because, you know, George Washington was a rich plantation owner. I know he's a plantation owner, guys. He gave 1,000 troops to help Massachusetts. And he didn't do it for glory. He didn't do it for money. He didn't do it for none of that. He did it for duty. That's why he did it. And that's what Trump is doing. He's not a military man. He's not a military man, man. So, that's my raw reaction. Thank you guys so much. God bless Donald Trump. God bless you and your family. And God bless the United States of America. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.